Welcome to my beautiful Awakening Potential Show community. I'm your host, Karen Rudolf, and today we're celebrating something truly special, one full year of incredible journey together. And before we dive in, I want to say a heartfelt thank you. Thank you for tuning in each week and sharing your reflections and for showing up, not just for me, rather for yourself. When I started the show, Awakening Potential, and my apologies, unapologetically, however, I really wanted to get this out because I think this is important that we share our wins and we celebrate together and we see what's possible moving forward for each one of us and trusting that through this show, you'll get another layer of who you are and what you're about and what's possible for you moving forward. So here we are, 1 year later, and what I've come to notice when I started the show, Awakening Potential, a year ago, my vision was simple. It was to create ripples of transformation, to inspire you, guide you, and remind you of your extraordinary self is waiting to be awakened. And here we are, 1 year later, with so many stories, lessons, and breakthroughs to reflect on. And as I look back on 2024, I realize this year has been one of deep growth, not just for the Awakening Potential show or for my incredible clients, but for me personally as well. When I think about where I started and where I am now, I can see the threads of transformation weaving through every moment of it. And while the big wins are worth celebrating, it's also the quiet moments, the inner shifts, the decisions, the challenges to overcome that have been overcome. And those are the ones that make the biggest difference. So today, I want to share some of those wins, lessons, and breakthroughs that from this year, not to celebrate myself, but to show you what's possible. My journey mirrors your journey, and my growth here is to remind you of what's waiting for you too. So today we're going to look back on the magic of 2024 and celebrate the lessons. And most importantly, I'm going to share 5 pearls of wisdom to help you step boldly into 2025, your year to embrace your sassy confidence, your classy wisdom, and your badassy bold actions. How's that sound? This year's been filled with growth, breakthroughs, and a few surprises along the way for myself, to say the least. Whether it was sharing stories on the show, contributing to 7 collaborative books, launching new programs, working directly with incredible clients, I've been reminded time and time again of the power of transformation. And here are a few of the biggest lessons I'm taking from 2024. Excuse me. There was a time after my accident when I felt like I'd lost part of myself physically, emotionally, spiritually. It was easy to retreat, to silence my inner voice, and to let the fear of what people might think hold me back. But I realized something. Confidence isn't about perfection, it's about showing up, messy and all. The moment of deciding to share my story in the collaborative books, like The Essence of a Woman, be on stages, it has me choose to step into my sassy self, owning my story, speaking my truth, and letting all the source of life for others. Confidence doesn't come from having it all figured out. It comes from the courage to just show up anyway, no matter what the circumstances. So, sassy confidence is about you showing up for you unapologetically, whether it's speaking your truth, starting something new, or simply believing in yourself. Confidence grows when you take small, aligned steps. I used to believe that pushing through stress was a sign of strength, until my body taught me otherwise. After my accident, inflammation and tension were consistent reminders that I needed to stop ignoring the messages my body was sending me. That's when I began practicing tools like the butterfly technique, pausing and shifting my mindset, and choosing harmony over hustle. By honoring my body's wisdom, I experienced profound healing, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. This is what I teach my clients. Your body's always speaking. Are you listening? Classy wisdom isn't loud, it's a quiet knowing that guides us to our true harmony. There was a moment this year when I felt out of alignment. I realized that stress management, while valuable, was only a small piece of what I offer. I knew I had to trust my intuition and go deeper. In that pause, it really created the clarity. My purpose is to guide women to step into their whole selves, their sassy confidence, their classy wisdom, and their badass actions. Classy wisdom taught me that sometimes we need to slow down and reflect and really realign, create something even more powerful. The pause, it's that pause where clarity lives. So, classy wisdom means trusting your intuition and creating the harmony in your life. So often, we look outside for the answers when everything we need is within us. For years, I had a dream on my vision board. Actually, two that jump out at me right now. One was to become an international best-selling author. After my first book, Five Ways to Create a Ripple, which didn't land to anything close to being an international best-selling author at the time, I knew I wanted to create ripples in the world. And after writing part of that chapter 1 about the anatomy of a smile, I made the decision to give to Operation Smiles, which is an awesome organization which repairs cleft lips in children. And I believe a child's smile has the ability to light up the world. So for me, that was like a no-brainer. So what I give to them, I'm giving to the light in the world is my thought process. So when I was first asked to write a chapter for Ignite Your Faith series after my accident, I hesitated. Sharing my personal journey felt very vulnerable, and I wondered if my story was good enough. But I knew deep down if my story could make a difference, create a ripple, right, in just one person, then it would be worth it. So saying yes was an opportunity for making and taking bold aligned action. And writing that chapter reminds me and my readers that transformation comes when we take that leap, right? No matter how scary it felt or how scary it feels. Later on, I went on to contribute to 6 other collaborative books, which all made international bestsellers, and I had to not that I had, but I had become an international bestselling author, and I hadn't even stopped to acknowledge that, as I'd forgot to even look at the vision board, and when I did, it was like, "I did that. I did that." Like, wow, that was for myself who coming from all the insecurities that I had come from, that was huge. That was huge. Then I also put on my board that I had wanted to start a podcast and one that inspires other, but I kept putting it off and putting it off. And I questioned whether my voice mattered. And here I am all stuffy and here I am still showing up, right? Because it does matter whether anyone would listen. I was curious, would anybody listen? Would I be ready? Did I have anything to say? I'm human, right? I had a conversation with DeMarcus Brewster, who was showing up for one of my mastermind classes. And I had called him to remind him that 7 o'clock that night we were meeting, and we started a conversation, and I love conversations. So we started a conversation. It was quite random. And he said to me, "Boy, you'd be a great guest on my show." And I said, "Great, I'd love to. I love doing podcasts and such and showing up for people and really spreading the word, as it were." And he says to me, "Do you have a podcast?" And I said, "No, I've been talking about it." He said, "Not only are we going to do the podcast right here and now," and I went, "Okay, be a yes." I committed to being a yes long ago. And I said yes. And he says, "Right after that, I'm going to support you in creating your podcast as well." So he interviewed me on his show, S33 King Knowledge podcast. And I realized that I had to believe in myself too. That was a huge stretch for me back then, right? And that was a year ago. So it's not that I didn't have self-confidence, but I had self-confidence in the unknown, right? I had no idea what it would take to become a show host. So, launching the Awakening Potential show was my sassy confidence moment where I had said yes to visibility and yes to impact and yes to my purpose. It was an amazing year. It's been an amazing year. And here we are a year later, creating ripples of transformation together. Badassy bold action, I'd say, is what creates real momentum. Fear will always be there. It's part of growth. But bold action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to go. So this year, I took a bold leap forward with my programs. I knew that I wanted to make a bigger impact, right? I had to step out of my comfort zone and offer something new. And that's how I had done it years ago, and I had forgotten that I had done this, but I decided I'm going to create VIP days. So they were born in the moment. I would spend 3 intensive transformational days with my clients and support them in shifting and planning and stepping into empowered moments and taking powered actions with confidence as they move their businesses as well as their relationships and finances forward. It wasn't easy to pivot. However, bold action creates momentum, and it was fun. It's been fun. And sometimes you never know what's gonna show up or who's gonna show up, so saying yes for myself was really a big, bold step. And sometimes the only way to move forward in our dreams is to take the first step, even if we're not sure where it will lead, right? One of my favorite moments from this year was launching the 14-day challenge, guiding many of you to reconnect to your confidence and clarity. And of course, there was the joy of seeing your transformations, clients stepping into leadership, releasing stress, awakening their potential. It's a beautiful reminder for me of my why, the why I do this work that I do. And it's not even work. I show up in joy because it's fun. And I love seeing the transformation. So, badassy bold action is about saying yes to transformation, stepping into the unknown and taking aligned steps, even when fear and resistance shows up. As I reflect on 2024, I see how much each moment each moment, whether it was stepping into confidence, trusting my intuition, or taking those bold steps, has been a real huge stepping stone toward growth and empowerment. I teach the sassy, classy, and badassy framework, right? Because I've lived it, right? I embrace my sassy confidence today. When I choose visibility and authenticity, I learned that classy wisdom when I listened to my intuition and realigned with my purpose. And then it led me to stepping into the badassy, bold action steps when I took those leaps that scared me the most. Excuse me. Right. And here's what I know: if I can do it, so can you. You already have everything you need inside of you to awaken your extraordinary self. You don't need to do it alone. I'm here to guide you. I'm here to guide you. Right? I've already guided myself, but every now and then I still guide myself as well, because when I step into expanding myself, I'm able to step into and have those experiences to empower you, empowering yourself. So, what about you? As you reflect on 2024, have you asked yourself yet, what did you learn? How'd you grow? Where are you being called to go next? Okay. Let's talk about 2025, right? It's always great to reflect. And as I reflect, I look for within myself, like what worked really well, what really brought me joy this year, and what do I want to do more of? And what didn't work? What am I going to change and shift and expand in that context? So it's going to be a big year. I'm really excited for 2025. Even awakening potential is going to change slightly as well. And it's a year to step into boldly into your classy, sassy, and badassy self, right? As I expand my own sassy, classy, badassy self, right? So here are the 5 pearls of wisdom to guide you, right? Set intentions, not resolutions. Resolutions focus on what needs to be fixed, and you are far from needing to be fixed. You're whole, complete, and perfect right here, right now. Intentions ask, who do I want to be? Who do I want to become? Your energy shapes your reality. That's a powerful one. Number 2, pause, shift, and empower. When stress arises, pause, take a deep breath, and shift your perspective, right? The butterfly technique reminds you that you are in control of your narrative. Embrace your sassy confidence. Confidence isn't about perfection. I used to think it really was. And it really had me feel like I was not enough for way too long. It's about showing up, being seen, owning your voice, even when it shakes, even when you're stuffy and feeling like, oh my God, I'm going to be seen on camera. It is what it is, right? I embrace it and I still show up because I believe it's more important that the message get out there than my sitting here feeling sorry for myself because I'm all. So listen to your classy wisdom, slow down, journal, reflect, meditate, and take quiet moments to listen to your intuition. It's your inner compass, and the body doesn't lie. So I really recommend like getting in touch with what you're feeling. Most people don't even know how to articulate what they're feeling. Right? That's something that I support you with because once you get in touch with your feelings, your intuition will start expanding exponentially. Right? So take bold, number 5 is take bold, badass action steps, right? And I say it playfully because it can be playful. It doesn't have to be scary. It's the meaning that we choose to give it. Courage doesn't mean that the fear disappears, but not by any means. It means that you take the step anyway. Bold action opens doors for transformation to new opportunities, without a doubt, and a lot of amazing connections. I'd love for you to choose one of the pearls to focus on as we step into the new year. DM me or connect with me. Which one speaks to your soul? I would love to know. Here's what I know for sure in 2025. It's your year, and I'm here to walk you through that journey. What's coming up next year, you ask? For myself, well, there's going to be new programs which will support. It'll embody that sassy, classy, badassy for sure. It's going to be a do-it-yourself home program. So this way, it's available to everybody to really step into that self-confidence, the wisdom, and taking those bold actions. more VIP opportunities to work with me one-to-one and take bold, transformative steps. And of course, there's going to be more incredible tools, resources, stories right here on the Awakening Potential Show. And because you don't have to do this alone, together we're going to release what's holding you back, reconnect to your power, and support you in a life of harmony, joy, and success. Because you deserve it, right? We all do. So, if today's episode has resonated with you and you're ready to step boldly into 2025, here are three ways you can step into it and three ways you could connect with me, right? I am always accessible, right? When you respond to my posts, it's me you're getting responding back to you. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out at any time, right? You can book a complimentary clarity call with me to uncover where you are, where you want to go next, and how to get there. You can certainly go to my website, which is probably the best way here on this context, which is www.tranquilsolutions.com. That's tranquilsolutions.com. And contact me there. And while there, you'll have an opportunity to download um, an ebook that I created this year, as a matter of fact, is Breaking Free from Misunderstood Ambitions, the Sassy, Classy, and Badassy Journey Guide to Transformational Roadmap, designed for ambitious people like yourself, right? So DM me. If you DM me the word awaken for your special gift and to learn about my programs, I'll have something special waiting there for you for sure. So join me on Instagram, Facebook is my social handle is Karen Rudolf. I'm on Karen Rudolph across the board on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. I'm also on Tranquil Solutions. And come join us for your weekly tips, tools, and inspiration that'll guide you forward for sure. And it's always from the heart. Yeah, so if you have something that I haven't spoken about that you would like to hear, feel free to drop me a note. Let me know what topic you'd like to hear because I would love to support. I also have a gift for you to celebrate the new year. The first three people who reach out will receive a 30 minutes private clarity session with me to release one challenge that you're struggling with right now. So you step into the new year powerfully, right? So if you reach out now, I will be happy to do that. And again, I really, 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 from the bottom of my heart, I really wish you all a happy, healthy new year. And thank you for being a part of this beautiful community and for allowing me to walk alongside you on your journey. So remember this, the bridge between ordinary and extraordinary is built with small steps of change and big leaps of faith. You are stronger, braver, and more powerful than you know. And as we close up 2024 and step into the new year, I invite you to embrace your confidence, trust your wisdom, and take bold action toward the life you deserve. So until next time, keep awakening that potential, stepping into your sassy, classy, badassy self. So, with much love and gratitude, don't forget to subscribe and check out the show notes for links to connect with me. Until then, many blessings. Bye for now.